Hi everyone. This week there was a big markup on the House Veterans Affairs Committee, and I also wanted to tell you about my push to ensure that the Office of Congressional Conduct is reestablished. As some of you know, last month the Trump administration and DOJ abruptly ended the Veterans Affairs Servicing Purchase Program. It's commonly known as VASP, and this was a last resort program that helped veterans at risk of foreclosure. It succeeded in helping over 17,000 veterans stay in their homes. There were certainly some issues with the program, and we were working on those through the House Veterans Affairs Committee. But because VA unilaterally canceled the program, an estimated 80,000 veterans and their families are now at risk of losing their homes. Last week, a veteran from Raymond named Daniel contacted my office after being told by his loan servicer that the VASP program had shut down. Daniel's a 100% disabled veteran of the First Gulf War who wanted help staying in his home. And without this program, he's unsure how he'll keep his house or where he and his service animals will be able to go. The fate of veterans and their families should never be in question. That's why in committee this week I proposed a foreclosure moratorium for veterans like Daniel until Congress could establish a new last resort option. Unfortunately, Republicans voted no, and they refused to provide even this simple relief mechanism for veterans. However, we were able to get legislation passed that established a new home loan assistance program for veterans. And so I'll continue pressing my colleagues in the House and Senate to move this solution forward to ensure we don't leave veterans facing financial difficulties out in the cold, and that we continue to make progress addressing the issue of veteran homelessness. In that same markup, I offered an amendment to advance my bipartisan bill, the Guard VA Benefits Act, which would crack down on unaccredited for-profit companies that are scamming veterans out of their earned benefits under the guise of helping them. Instead of putting veterans over profits, Republicans on the committee brought up a bill that would legalize these predatory practices and allow companies to charge up to $12,500 just for helping a veteran file their claim. Here's what I said. So ironically, the bill includes my own language to reinstate criminal penalties, but this is nothing but a smokescreen for bad actors to hide behind, because the bill also rewrites the law to exempt the very conduct that should remain illegal from being penalized. That's why my amendment is necessary. If we want to stop bad actors, we must restore the criminal penalties, full stop. If these companies want to help veterans legally, they should get accredited like everyone else. So rather than rewriting the law to suit the interests of those who are already breaking it, we should focus on protecting veterans and their hard-earned benefits. So it's simple. Put veterans first, not profits. The solution isn't to legalize predatory practices, it's to enforce the law and to hold violators accountable. So if these companies truly believe that they're helping veterans, they should have nothing to fear from the GUARD Act or the VA's accreditation process. But the reality is, if you exploit a loophole to profit off veterans, that's wrong, that's something I can't support, and so I hope my colleagues agree and support this amendment. In the end, Republicans rejected my amendment, and they passed their legislation to legalize the ability of for-profit companies to rip off veterans and profit off their benefits. I'll continue to stand against this backward legislation and bad actors that are seeking to harm our veterans. On another note, we're 5 months into the 119th Congress, and Speaker Johnson has yet to fully reestablish the Office of Congressional Conduct by appointing Republican representatives to the bipartisan board, formerly known as the Office of Congressional Ethics. The office was established in 2008 as an independent, nonpartisan office designed to review allegations of misconduct against members of the House, officers, and staff. It was created in direct response to a series of high-profile ethical scandals that had severely damaged public trust in Congress. Its mission is clear, which is to serve as an impartial watchdog, ensuring transparency, ethical compliance, and public accountability. This delay not only undermines the integrity of the body, but threatens to erode the trust that the American people place in our capacity to hold ourselves accountable. So despite Democrats having submitted their appointees and 2 former GOP members of the board agreeing to return, this oversight remains stalled due to inaction by House Republican leadership. This pattern of obstruction is not new. Since the office's inception, it's faced repeated attempts to weaken or dismantle it. If the Republican Party shares a commitment to good governance, transparency, and restoring public faith in Congress, then ensuring the office can operate effectively shouldn't be a partisan issue. So I'll keep pushing to restore the Office of Congressional Conduct, which does not require a vote of the full House. It simply requires Speaker Johnson to formally announce the names to the House. So those are a few top lines from my week. There is so much more to come, and I look forward to keeping you posted. Talk to you all soon.